Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste. Welcome to Bridge the Gaps Arts Initiative. This initiative was formed to raise funds to contribute to artists and art students in need, abhinaya and PM Cares Fund. Please do donate us to help artists. This evening, we shall witness some very unique session, which we have fondly named it Art Digest. As the name suggests, it's everything about art in just 1 hour. Art Digest will showcase something we can ponder about, something we can erudite ourselves, and something new to look up to. Today in our digest, we have Lucrezia, who is from Italy and comes from a theatre background. And she has learned Indian art. She talks in comparison with Western and Eastern art and how different or how similar are each one of them. Regarding the contributions to the initiative, as of today we have received 96,800. I am so glad you're all supporting art and artists. Greatly appreciate this kind gesture. Thank you indeed. We shall now begin our Art Digest session with Lucrezia Maniscotti, who is originally from Italy and now locked down in India. She came in to India for December season and she is here precisely in Chennai now, and we have now on our screens. Lucrezia, the camera is yours.
Thank you, Meghna. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Namaskaram. I'm very glad to be part of this wonderful initiative. I really love the way of artists supporting artists. So I'm really glad to be here with you today and sharing what is a little bit of my journey with Indian dance form. So first of all, I would like to just give a very, very short introduction about myself, how I came to Indian dance, because it's mostly the most common question that I've been asked. So how I came to Indian dance form, as Meghna has already said before, I come from a theatre background. So I used to study theatre and practice theatre and drama field. So when I was in Italy and when I was a teenager, I got the chance to meet Indian culture, I would say. There was an Indian cultural center in Milan for many years that was called Sneha Sadan. It was a beautiful place where we used to watch performances, attend conferences, exhibitions. It was a very unique place. It was a kind of house, Indian house. So I can say that I lived for a while in an Indian family because I used to go there almost every day, and I attend, and it's there where I started being exposed to all the culture. I used to eat Indian food every day. I used to do puja every day and everything. And when I saw Indian classical dance form, I got like very surprised because I could see that everything was there. So there was theater, there was drama, there was like poetry, there was music, and there was dance, of course. So that's why I fall in love with the Indian dance form. I started thinking I never thought that my life would be on Bharatanatyam. As my choice in life, I never planned. I really go with the passion. So I went to the passion. So with the passion, and I started Bharatanatyam because it was the only dance form that was available there at that time. And I started with Monica and Mareza once in a while. That both were like Krishnaveni, Lakshmanan students. So I already took Kalakshetra somehow, let's say Bani or style. And I started my journey like that. After that, I joined university and I wanted to study theater because still I was thinking to do theater in my life. And then, but lucky that wonderful professor came to the university and start Indology course, which is a course on history of India, history of Indian art form, on literature, on philosophy and Sanskrit. So everything, it was like a very interesting basic knowledge about Indian culture. So I joined that blindly again, and I ended up like my MA dissertation was on Mahabharata at the end of the day, and I started coming to India, and I met Lakshman sir and Adyar K.Lakshman sir, that I really went, so it was so natural and so nice to be in touch with him. So I started following his guidance. And then it happened that after the university, I got this wonderful scholarship. It was the last day of the last year they ever did the scholarship. That was for international excellencies. So I came to India, and it was like a master. I came again to India because I was already coming for 1 full year. And that year changed my life, because for 1 full year, I could study only bharatanāṭyam. At the end of this year, Lakshman sir decided to make me doing a kind of debut performance, let's say, at Kapalishwara temple. And after that, I realized that it was impossible for me to be without bharatanāṭyam. So I went back to Italy, but I didn't know what to do at that time. Lakshman sir came to Europe, and I ran to Paris, I remember, just to meet him. And then I came to know that he was coming again. So I had fortune to invite him, and he came first and only time he came to Italy. He came to my place, he stayed with us for 10 days, and then he gave a wonderful workshop to my students. I mean, those days they were not yet my students, in the sense that I started that year. Lakshman sir actually opened my dance school, which is called Sangam Academy, Academia Sangam, which is like, now it's called, I mean, it's like our proud, because I have lovely students, and I have constantly teachers coming from India once or twice a year. And we have always Mavinko, because it's like our Lakshman sir senior disciple. So like we fill the Bani through Mevinana, and then we have Ranjit and Vijna coming very, very often. And then of course came Indira Kadambi, which is my abhinaya teacher, and we will talk about her later, and T.V. Prasad for music. So we have constantly Indian teachers and amazing guru coming and giving a workshop or lectures. Many of them came even for just one lecture or something. So this is our pride. And then it's how I started like my journey with bharatanāṭyam, and it's I know that it's a long life journey, and I'm very happy. And I feel very lucky to have met such wonderful gurus. I have to mention also Sharma sir, which was like my music and nattuvangam guru. And but now coming back to Lakshman sir, and also coming to the topic of today. So what I thought, it's to share, of course, some of my experience and how I perceive and how I can feel the dance, and what maybe can be my contribution, my humble contribution to this dance field. And so I thought first to talk a bit about Nritta, and then to talk about abhinaya. Abhinaya, it will be the second part, and it will be a very deep work. About Nritta, so what I feel, very often Nritta, it's translated as pure dance, that's all, abstract dance or pure dance. But my feelings, it's that it has so much life, that it's also Nritta, it's talking. That's the most beautiful thing. It's that the Nritta, it's really talking something. It's like composing a sentence. So learning the Adabu is like an alphabet, and then you like really talk through the Nritta. But what I feel that it's very important that I learned from my gurus. Whatever I'm saying today about dance, it's whatever I'm nothing. I'm like the instrument of my guru. So whatever I'm saying, it's whatever I understood from them, and I pass to you, and I pass to my students. So what I understood from them, there are some points which are very important. So it's not the quantity, but it's the quality of movements that makes the adavus, that makes the Nritta beautiful. So what usually are the some points that I focus when I teach It's mostly 3 or 4 things. First of all, it's the core, that everything comes from the center of our body. So, an Indian dance form, you use even every fingers, at the tip of your fingers will have a place and the movement. So to reach that periphery, you have to start from the core. And in the core, you have to concentrate a lot in breathing. So the breathing of the body, starting from the core and expanding to the tips of your fingers or to the tips of your body. So core, breathing, and then pulling, expanding. I always say to my students that to feel like they have some ganas all around them, and these ganas are pulling them from every joint, every part of the body. So I always talk about the Brahma Sutra, which is that invisible thread which is like inside our body, which goes till the tip, till the earth, and then it's linking actually our body from the top, from the ceiling till the earth. So it's and we are in between, and we have to feel that pulling. So this pulling, it's very important. It's also yoga in movement. It's called bharatanāṭyam, an Indian classical dance form, because it has that stretching, that expansion of the body. So core, breathing, expansion of the body, and of course timing and rhythm. That's the joy of the adabu. So even the adabu has to talk, has to have some life, the wonder, the beauty, has to portray that. Doesn't mean that we have always to laugh or to smile. Like Lakshman sir used to say, first you used to say practice like demon, then you will dance like God. So practice until you forget your technique, and then there will be a smiling face coming from inside, from within. He used to say, smile from within. So it's should be a very natural smiling. So that's my feeling of Nritta. So what I thought, because I know that some of you are students of dance, so I thought to teach you just to have flavor of Lakshman sir's jati. He was famous for his musicality of jatis and all. He was also mridangist and vocalist. So he was really a complete artist. And so I thought to teach just the first jati, that is very small, of Todaya Mangalam, because then we are going to see that Todaya Mangalam. So first of all, let's do the Namaskara. I will also do with you, because I will also have to do Gana. So the first jati, actually the Todaya Mangalam, which I'll be demonstrating later, it's an opening piece, usually Todaya Mangalam, the auspicious beginning. It's coming from the Sampradaya Bhanjana. It's like Bhajana. It's like has been always there. Apparently, even Devarasi used to sing and dance. It's or just only sang sometimes, and it's and usually it's composed by different kritis, written by different composers. In this case, it will be 5 sections with raga and talamalika. And I'll take only the first one, which it's very simple structure, but very sweet, because it's going reducing the timings for 5, 4, 3, and 2, and then the finale, the ending part. So if you want to try, so the ones who wants to try, please feel free to do it in your house. So it will go like this. I'll say the adabu first. So the adabu will start with tattaitaha number 3, this one. So, and it will go in 5 times. Takka, takka, takkita. So it will be ta, kutana, tarita in 5 times. Takka, kutana, tarite. Then will be 4. Te, ya, te, hi. This te, ya, te, hi. Te, ya, te, hi. Then we'll go takkita, takkita. This takkita, I think I should see, because can be confused. So it's takkita, takkita. It's just with swastika and tripata. Takkita, takka, me. Just takka, me. So let's try from first ta. te ta ha te, di te ta ha te, ya te hi ya te hi ta ki ta ki ta ka di mi te di te ga te di te ga te di te. Can you try just with Adavu? Then I'll go with the solo tapping. 1, 2, 3, and te ta ha te, di te ta ha te, ti ya te ya te ta ki ta ki ta ka di mi te di te di te. So how it will go? I told you that it's in this one. It's in this section. It's in Kanda. It's in Kanda Jati. Kutana tarita taka kutana tarite. Kutana tarita kutana tarita kutana taka kutana tanam dinam kita takarato. So it will be ta kutanam tarita. Taka kutanam tarite, ta kutanam tarita kutanam tarita kutanam taka kutanam tanam dinam kita takarato. Can you try? I'll sing the jati and then you try. 1, 2, 3, start. Ta kutanam tarita, taka kutanam tarite, ta kutanam tarita kutanam tarita kutanam taka kutanam tanam dinam charanu. Then it will go in the next sections, because I told you it's 5 sections. It was just to give you, can you feel the musicality of the jati? So when we have this one, it's very sharp. All tatteta are very sharp. So you see, throw your hands. So tatteta, hatte, ta kutanam tariksha, ta kutanam tarite. Now I'm soft. Ta kutanam taritaka kutanam. Ta kutanam taka kutanam. It's in the first one. It's because it's taking space. Tanam dinam. So this musicality, it's the beauty of this jati, and this is just a small section that doesn't make the greatness of Lakshman sir, but I hope that you can have the feeling of it. So I'll show now the Todaya Mangalam fully, so the 5 sections, and please, I want to keep the introduction, the music, it's original music of Sir, so it's a little old recording, but it's nice. You can hear Sir singing, you can hear his sister Nagamani auntie, so it's very nice recording. And he was particular to play always an alapana, and nicely alapana, to get into the feeling of the raga. So I'll be, even if it's little long, I'll leave that. So you please try to, if you want, close your eyes and try to feel the raga which is starting. Todaya Mangalam.
Jaya Janaki Ramana Jaya Vibhishana Charana జయ సరోరుకరణ జయ జయ శ్రీరమణ జయ విభీషణ శరణ జయ సరోరుకరణ జయ కరుణ జయ 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 శ్రీరమణ జయ విభీషణ శరణ జయ సరోరుకరణ జయ జయ శ్రీరమణ జయ విభీషణ శరణ జయ సరోరుకరణ జయ కరుణ జయ జయ శ్రీరమణ జయ విభీషణ శరణ జయ సరోరుకరణ జయ కరుణ జయ శరణు శరణు సురేంద్ర సంత శరణు శ్రీ సతి వల్లభ శరణు శరణు సురేంద్ర సంత శరణు శ్రీ సతి వల్లభ శరణు రాక్షస గర్భ సంకర శరణు వెంకటనాయక స్వామి రఘునాయక విజయ వెంకటనాయక శరణు 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 సురేంద్ర సంత శరణు శ్రీ సతి వల్లభ శరణు రాక్షస గర్భ సంకర శరణు వెంకటనాయక స్వామి రఘునాయక విజయ వెంకటనాయక శరణు 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 సురేంద్ర సంత శరణు శ్రీ సతి వల్లభ శరణు రాక్షస గర్భ సంకర శరణు వెంకటనాయక స్వామి రఘునాయక విజయ వెంకటనాయక శరణు శరణు మురకర ముకుంద మాధవ దుర్గమన పంకజనాభ మురకర మగధర ముకుంద మాధవ దుర్గమన పంకజనాభ పరమ పురుష భవ వంజన కేశవ ధర్మక శరీర నమో నమో నారాయణ తే నమో నమో జయ భరత సన్నుత నమో నమో మురకర నగధర ముకుంద మాధవ దుర్గమన పంకజనాభ పరమ పురుష భవ వంజన కేశవ ధర్మక శరీర నమో నమో నారాయణ తే నమో నమో జయ భరత సన్నుత నమో నమో మురకర నగధర ముకుంద మాధవ దుర్గమన పంకజనాభ పరమ పురుష భవ వంజన కేశవ ధర్మక శరీర నమో నమో నారాయణ తే నమో నమో జయ భరత సన్నుత నమో నమో నారాయణ తే
I hope you could hear properly. I couldn't hear properly, but this is the volume maximum I can handle in this laptop. So hopefully it's fine for you. And hopefully you could enjoy the jati that you have seen, that we have done together. And also all the other sections that you could see. So from 5 counts, it will go Mishra Chapu in 7, then Aditala, and then Rupakatala, and then again Aditala. These are the 5 sections. I didn't explain anything about abhinaya because this is very simple one. So it's like just the bhakti devotional, and it's just describing. So there is not much to add to that. So that's why I didn't explain. Also because it will go fast, the timings. So I want to talk about abhinaya, and I want to talk about my experience because, as Meghna said before, I come from the drama field, and in drama we have a different approach to the technique of expressing and of abhinaya. So that was my one of the most challenge I faced when I came to study to India. Because actually my abhinaya teacher, Indira Kadambi Akka, she used to ask me, so what is that? Why you are not able to express feelings why you come from the drama field. And I got shocked. Yes, why? Then I realized she used to say the feelings are universal. It's true, feelings are universal, but the way to express are very different. So the most difference that it's there in between the two worlds, it's in all. I mean, in Indian dance form, it's everything. It's codified, even the expression, even the feelings. So we have the Navarasa, and we have all the exactly movements of every face. So, for example, we will never do this in Western theater. To say something is beautiful, you will never use your head, for example. And you have to be authentic and natural while you do abhinaya. So what I realized during this year of training, it's that actually we have opposite approach. So in Western theater, we know what we want to show. And so we know that we want to do that play. We know we study maybe the interpretation of that, the subtext and all. But what we are searching is the way and form to convey what we want to convey. So it's a journey mostly from within to outside somehow. And while in Indian dance form, it's almost opposite. So the form is there because we practice technique first and we know the technique perfectly. We know all the hasta and samyutta hasta and everything, the language of hands, the language of expression. We start learning abhinaya by sitting because we have to first feel and work on the expression and work on the hands. So the form is there. What we have to do, it's opposite, going inside. So in order to find an authenticity inside ourselves, after I've been giving that form. So it's almost opposite. The result is the same. The goal is the same. What is the goal? It's like to touch the audience. It's to make the audience having rasa. So giving our bhava in order to them to get some rasa, to get the flavor of what we want to portray. So it's the same. The goal is the same. Both are valid. It's valid for their system and for what we are going to do. So for me, when I learned abhinaya, it was very tricky because I remember Akka telling me like, so when I was trying to express something more emotional, I was losing my hands. So she would say, oh, what are your hands now? So when I was putting the hands, I was losing the motions because it became very technical. So that was the challenge. But fine, I overcome and I came here. And now I want to present you 3 pieces of abhinaya. I thought to work on a concept. And that there is some common topic that it's very often in Padams, Javali and everything. So I thought to take the betrayal because it's very, very common. So I'll be showing 3 different heroines, 3 different compositions, Javali, Padam and Ashtapadi, with that topic, the betrayal. So the first one I learned from Leela Samson. Leela Samson has been mentoring me since since at least 2010 when I met her first in Europe for some workshop. And then since Lakshman sir passed away, I used to refer mostly to her, sometimes to Chandrasekhar sir, and because I like so she's like my guidance now and my mentor, I would say. And she taught me this beautiful Javali, which is fast like a usual Javali, but is deep like a usual Padam. So it's a very tricky one. I took this one because this heroine, the first betrayal, it's a very young heroine. So she's in her first betrayal ever. So what is the point? So actually in the prelude, we will see her getting ready for meeting the beloved. But then she sees the beloved going to another girl's house. That's how she feels. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to face. It's first time in her life. So she asked the Saki. The song is Cheli Nene Tu Sahin Tune. So she asked the Saki Cheli, how can I bear this one? But immediately the second part of the line will be saying, he is so beautiful. So she's still in love with him. So she can't bear the betrayal, and she doesn't know how to bear actually the betrayal. And at the same time, she's praising him, how beautiful he is, and his chest and his arms. And then she goes on and explaining the features of the face and everything. Then she moved on and she constantly talk about him. So about how good he is in lovemaking, how he was like generous with her. And so she keeping on praising him, and now he's gone. So it's always like he's so good, but then now he's gone into that house. So how can I bear? Then we come back to the Pallavi line. So again, at the end, she's like, so she will like constantly praising and telling story when he came and gifted me this, when he came and did this for me, for that, and now, and when he came, she will tell also the story when he came and appreciate me for my playing or for my dancing or whatever. So now she's saying, who, and this is the last line, it's the very subtle and very deep line. So she's saying, now what's the use of this flower? And now who will be appreciating me? Who will come and telling me sweet words? Who will come and watch at me? So, you know, like when it's young, especially teenagers' time, you feel absolute, no, you feel like everything has been destroyed. So because it's the first time, so she feels like whatever it's, now the life is over, something like that. It will be first and last lover ever, and my life will be over. So she finishes saying these things, who will touch me, who will watch me? So my full life, it's gone. So this is her feeling, and it's in Paras Raga, and it's in Aditana. Cheline. 1 second, I drink a sip of water. The choreography has been set by Lilaka.
పగదానింటిలో చేరనే పగదానింటిలో చేరనే చలినేటు సగింపు నింటిలో చేరనే పగదానింటిలో చేరనే పగదానింటిలో చేరనే పగదానింటిలో చేరనే పగదానింటిలో చేరనే చెలినేటు సగింపు చెలినేటు సగింపు యౌవనరాడాయ యౌవనరాడాయ మంచి పువ్వులు ఇంకెడనే యౌవనరాడాయ 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 మంచి పువ్వులు ఇంకెడనే యౌవనరాడాయనే 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 మంచి పువ్వులు ఇంకెడనే యౌవనరాడాయనే మంచి పువ్వులు ఇంకెడనే మంచి పువ్వులు ఇంకెడనే సొగసెవ్వరు చూసెదరే సొగసెవ్వరు చూసెదరే సొగసెవ్వరు చూసెదరే సొగసెవ్వరు చూసెదరే సొగసెవ్వరు చూసెదరే నేనేటు సగింతునే నేనేటు సగింతునే సగింతునే సగింతునే
I hope you could follow this beautiful Javali, and we'll move on and we'll take a Padam. So now here the challenge is totally different. So actually the heroine is totally different. Why? I've been choosing this Padam, which is an old Padam. I mean, and I learned long back from Indira Akka. And I like it, and I took it because the heroine here, it's a mature lady. So she has been having already many experience for sure. She's much mature, and She has already much experience about betrayal. She has decided already to stop the relationship with this man who comes suddenly at her house. But her words are in Tamil. It's very clear. Yella mariven pomaya. So I know everything, you go away. Then she goes on, Devadi Shedi Nimelu Nada Vadeya. So from now on, our relationship, it's over. So that's it's very interesting, and I want to, because I want it to be always a little bit interactive section. So I want you to try at least the first line. You have to imagine that in the prelude has been settled by Indiraka. I'm like welcoming him, and I'll be faking being fine with him. And he will say his lies. Oh, you know, I've been there. I'm sorry, I came after 3 months because I was busy with that, with this. And I'll be faking listening to him. But at one point, there will be a turning point in the music, and then I'll be saying, start the lyrics, Yella Mariven. So the first, we'll try the first half, only the first half, Yella Mariven Pomaya, only with eyes. So what we'll do, she's a mature lady, and she's carrying on herself very well. So she watching him and saying, Yella Mariven Pomaya. Then will come the Padartha Abhinaya, first hand by hand. Yella Mariven Pomaya. Devadi Shedi. You came here like a god, no? Devadi Shedi. Nada Vateya. So let's try first and second. First only the face. Yella Mariven Pomaya. Yella Mariven Pomaya. Devadi Shedi Inimenu Nada Bhateya. Let's do one third, one little more sarcastic. Actually, this is a Kandita Naika. It's if we want to portray as an heroine, as a Nashtanayika, so it's a Kandita Naika. So it's an angry one, but we should not be angry from the beginning. And mostly, it's specifically this padam, it's quite sarcastic. So she's playing a lot with the sarcasm. So this one we can make like, I know everything, Yella Mariven. We can make like, I know with whom you have been, where, when, and all. So Yella Mariven, everything I know. Oh Maya, why you came here then? Oh Maya, Devadi Shedi Inimenu. You come at my feet telling me these sweet words. I don't want to listen. That's a very big change. So this is him telling me sweet words, and this is me refusing his sweet words. So I'll be doing Yella Mariven Pomaya. Devadi Shedi Inimenu Nada Vateya. Enough. Huh? So actually, just to try you to try this, it's if you could do, it's a nice, it's a lovely padam. So it will go on and on with this variations of the Pallavi line. That mostly she will also say, you know, I know that you have been with the other girl, so please go to her. So it's very sarcastic. But she has decided, and also it's increasing, actually her anger, it's increasing until the point she will throw him away. And it's playing also because it's talking about, it's the Lord, it's Muruga. So it's playing also with the episode from Muruga's stories. So she will tease him, you are the one, the son of that man who holds a Ganga on top of his head. And you are the ones who has got 2 wives. You want me to be the third one? She's telling him. And then, not telling in the sense of the words, this is the Indiraka's interpretation from Kalanidhi Mami's styles. Variations, not interpretations. And so she's teasing him a lot. Or you are the ones who got Bali, but you actually you lied to her, and that's why you got her. So you have been always a liar in all your life. So now you go away. I know everything. I've seen everything. You go away. Yella Mariven Pomaya Padam. It's Kavikunjara Bharati Padam, and it's in Raga Kalyani, in Mishra Chapta.
எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா தேவரி சேதி நடவாதையா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா தேவரி சேதி நடவாதையா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா தேவரி சேதி நடவாதையா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா தேவரி இனி வேணும் நடவாதையா எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமைகா தேவரி சேதி நடவாதையா வல்லாளனே பதன் வாசனே மாமயல் செய்தென்னை மயக்கவும் நடத்தைகள் வல்லாளனே வரம் வாசனே மாமயல் செய்தென்னை மயக்கவும் நடத்தைகள் வல்லாளனே பரம் வாதனே மாமயல் செய்தனை மயக்கவும் நடத்தைகள் எல்லாம் அறிவேன் ஓமையா தேவரீர் கங்கை கணிக்கும் சங்கரன் வானே கவி குஞ்சரத்தையும் ரக்ஷிக்கும் குணாளனே கங்கை அணிகும் சங்கரன் வானே கவி குஞ்சரத்தையும் ரக்ஷிக்கும் குணாளனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரவரும் லோலனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரவரும் லோலனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரம் மருகூலனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரமரு லோலனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரம் லோலனே மங்கை வள்ளி பூஜரம் லோலனே வண்ண மகிழில் வீசை அரும்படி வண்ண மகிழில் வீசை அரும்படி மகனம் தெரியோகன தனதாக வந்து விவேக யோசனை ஆகவே சொல்லி மோக போகம் செய் மோகனே செய்யும் மூகவிந்தைகள் மாகனம் பெருயோகனே தனதாக வந்து விவேக யோசனை ஆகவே சொல்லி மோக போகம் செய்யோகனே செய்யும் மூகவிந்தைகள் எல்லாம் அறிவே ஓமையா தேவரி சேதி அறிவே ஓமையா
And now I'll go fast. Please bear with me 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more. And because I want to show you the last one, otherwise it's not complete. And it's also talking a bit, I have a connection with our situation nowadays. So I want to finish with the Ashtapadi. Yahi Madhava. Everybody knows about it, at least the ones who are familiar with the dance form. So again, it's a betrayal. This time, Radha has been waiting for the full night for Krishna to come back, and when he comes back, he has all the signs of love making with other women. So she says that his eyes are closing for being sleepy or red for passions, and she sees the kajal of her kajal spread all over the face, and moreover she sees the sign on his body, especially she sees that I have done this love play, that he has put alta on her feet of the other girl feet, and he has put her feet on his chest. So all these signs are unbearable for her. She's in deep sadness. But at the same time, as everybody knows, usually there is a subtext for Radha and Krishna, which is a very spiritual subtext. That's why I thought that we had the young betrayal, very sad, the sarcastic betrayal, very mature, and this betrayal that we can say that is a spiritual betrayal. And so where Radha, it's like the devotee, and Krishna, it's the God. So I feel that it's in the situation like we face sometimes in life, like in front of the death, in front of a pandemic like we are in these times, in front of things that we cannot give any explanation, and it's not a guilt of anyone else. So we only blame usually God, and we ask God, where are you? We feel betrayed by God. I feel that is that depth, this Yahi Madhava. So it's really deep piece. So I'll conclude with that, and I hope you can bear with me this 10 minutes. I even shorten it up a bit, this piece, because otherwise it's too long. So the line of Kajala Marina is not there, for example. So Ashtapati. Just drink and sip.
रजनी जनित गुरु जागर राग कषायितं फलस बहदीनयनम् अनुरागमिव स्फुटमुदित रसाभिनिवेशम् हरि 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 yahi madhava yahi keshava mavada kaitava yahi madhava yahi keshava mavada kaitavavadam yahi madhava yahi keshava mavada kaitavavadam yahi madhava yahi keshava mavada kaitavavadam yahi yahi keshava mavada kaitavavadam tamanusara sarasiruhalochana yadavaharati vishadam tamanusara sarasiruhalochana yadavaharati vishadam tamanusara sarasiruhalochana yadavaharati vishadam tamanusara sarasiruhalochana yadavaharati vishadam hari 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 charana kamalagana alakagasiktam nitam tava hridaya mudaram ಚರಣ ಕಮಲಗಳ ಫಲಕ್ತಜಸೀಕಂ ಇದಂ ತವ ಹೃದಯಂ ಉದಾರಂ ದರ್ಶಯತೀವ ಬಹಿ ಮದನ ಧ್ರುವ ನವಕಿಸಲಯವರಿ ವಾರಂ ಹರಿ 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 ಜಾಹಿ ಮಾಧವ ಯಾಹಿ ಕೇಶವ ಮಾವದ ಕೈತವ ಪಾದಂ ಮಾವದ ಕೈತವ ಪಾದಂ ಹರಿ 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 ಹರಿ
I hope you could follow. I'm sorry. And I don't know if I have time for any questions, anything. If Meghna wants to ask me something. And I hope you enjoyed the section.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so good. It was very thought-provoking and also unique. And the concept of the betrayal and into 3 padams was very nice. We completely enjoyed. And I should tell, as you do, I got messages from many students that they really did the adavu and they did the
nice.
also. Yes, yes. I wanted to let you know this.
That's nice. That's Tutti Jati. I like it.
Yes. So you made everybody dance.
Oh, nice. I'm happy. That's my life.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And I really appreciate your initiative, Meghna. And please support Bridge the Gap initiative because it's really important. It's like if we don't help each other, who will help? So it's really important. And artists, there are so many artists who are suffering for this situation. So we may not be noticing, but there are so many, and also behind the scenes. So it's not only the dancers, actors, and all.
Yes,
Also behind the scenes, there are lots of people, makeup artists,
yes.
technicians, light
Yes,
designers, so many.
very true. In fact, I feel classical art forms are so much in a better position because we can survive in a solo nature. But drama, folk artists, group
Exactly.
artists,
Also,
they are really suffering a lot.
it's true.
Painters,
It's true. So
yes.
thank you so
Anybody
much.
have any questions? We can take it for a minute or two, but otherwise,
Yes.
yes.
I don't know. I didn't see the
The,
comment.
yes, I like the difference between the Western and the Indian abhinaya that you had explained.
Yes, that's a very, it took some time
Yes,
to understand why it was so different and how it's different. But then it's
yes,
not different. It's just the way, yeah, it's just a different approach. But then I can talk for ages about that because I can talk about the relationship between teachers and the students, which is very much different. The way of approaching, it's very different. I mean, I can talk so much. I talk too
yes.
much.
But it was also well worded, and we could really understand each and every emotion of yours through words, through dance. It was
Thank you.
very
So
nice.
I'm so sorry for my singing. No, and
Oh,
then
no, the
one
rasa is
no,
important.
the one usual question I know it's about the languages. So they ask me how can I understand? That's very common question, and it's a very simple answer because not all of you knows all the languages. I'm sure not everybody will be familiar with Sanskrit unless they have studied it. And what we do, if we don't are not familiar, we go to a scholar and we ask for explanation. That's all. So the
Yes,
same thing. I studied Sanskrit at university, so I have a little bit of understanding of that. And I studied Tamil too.
yes,
But this
yes.
just like I can handle very simple conversation, but for sure it became very familiar. So in the dance field, mostly there are always the same words that will come again and again. So you once you get familiar with one, then you will get familiar with everyone. So
Yes,
it's the language barrier. It's not a barrier at all.
very nicely said. Yes, true, true. Yes, yes,
So that's only a matter of understanding. That's all.
yes.
So
So,
I can't
yes.
see the comments. You can see, right?
Um, you should be able to see, but yes, I can send you across all the comments. They were just splendid.
Oh, thank
Everybody
you.
has yes, everybody has enjoyed it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much for being a part of this initiative.
Thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
on.
Thank
Keep
you.
on. And all the best to everyone, and especially the artists, which are so precious, which are the closest to God.
Yes. Sometimes when you explain, in fact, I thought what we miss as the obvious that we miss, you have explained it so well.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you so
really.
much. And keep on watching the last three programs. I guess it's there.
Yes, and
Tomorrow, 15 and 17.
17th. Yes, yes. What we missed on 10th will be on 17th. So 3 days
I
to
want
go.
to thank also my friends, neighbors who helped me today with the backdrop and the space and the light, Siddhartha and then Manish and Naga. All
So
three ladies.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. See you.
See you.